So in this video we are going to understand this entire script. Okay, we have seen previous video how are we going to generate the data, okay, for a realistic purpose. So let's understand the script. So very much important, like we need to import the libraries like psy cop g2, which is there as a connector to connect the database for the Postgres database connector, a random generator that we are going to generate the random data, and of course a data and time. Okay, because here we are going to generate 1 year data. Okay, let's see. So the next block of code is to connect to the database. So my database name is ecom. This Mangesh is my user, password is admin, localhost, and it's the port number. So this particular DB connections I'm going to use to connect my data, to connect this particular script to the database. The next part is this cursor. Okay, just think about this cursor is like a kind of a what we can say, a kind of an instructor which will going to send data to the database, or which going to send instruction to the database. Understood? So this is how the cursor we have defined. The next part is product and warehouse. To simulate the data, we have chosen of four different products. Okay, like P1, P2, P3, P4. We can of course go a number of products, but to simulate, we are using these four products. And for the stock capacity, we have two warehouse called W1 and W2. Okay, which are which we are using to train our AI models. What next? What next? Yeah, so the next part is we are generating a data for year 2023. Okay, from 1st Jan 2023 onwards. For next 365 days we are going to generate the data, if you could see here, and enter this loop. Fine, so this is sort of a realistic data that we are going to generate with the help of this script. Okay, the next part is products. So what are these products? The products, as we mentioned, P1, P2, P3, P4, and the for these many products, how many orders that are placed, and how was the stock entry during that particular order placed. Okay, so these are the random numbers we have used, between the orders between 50 orders to 200, and stock between 100 to 600, and we have placed delivery time randomly 1 to 5. Okay, and next part, the very important logic that we have placed here is this one. So what are we? Okay, so to generate the realistic data, we need to have some delay also, right? How are we generating the delay logic? So an obvious story, when the orders are more than the stock available, then of course there will be a delay. And how are we going to measure it? Let's consider we have a stock of 200 products, and the orders are 180. Okay, now if the orders are more than 80% of the stock, then of course there will be a delay of 1 day. That is what is we have used this particular logic to train our AI model to predict uh, how many orders we have, okay, that are randomly generated, and what was the stock during that particular orders. So we can generate a delay for the product during that particular time. Understood? So this is a sort of a data we have generated for our realistic purpose. Then we have as we know, we have a two different warehouse like W1 and W2, and they have the random capacity we have mentioned 200 and 500 products, or the stocks, I'm sorry. Yeah, then what next? As we know, like the cursors we are defined at the step 1, we are using this cursor and we'll send this instruction. Whatever the data is generated during each loop, we are going to collect it and add it into the e-commerce table. Okay, so these are the feeds that we have, like date, product ID, warehouse, orders, delivery time, delay, stock, capacity, etc. So all this information will be going to generate and going to store in the e-commerce table. And of course we have message data generated successfully. Okay, as you can see in my terminal, in a previous video I have just ran the script and the data is generated for this particular AI project. So let me just show you one more time. So this is what I'm doing here, just selecting my data again. Let me just make it a little visible. I'm just running the script, select star from e-commerce data. So this is how my table looks like. So how many rows I have? Almost 1460 records I'm generated, and the data that we have generated from 1st of January 2023 to the December 20, 30. We can find out that the date as well, no worries. Let me just go to max, what is the date, and then mean and the date. So let's see how many dates we have. So we have two dates. Okay, so minimum is 1st of Jan and maximum is 31st of December 2023. Okay, this is how the data looks like. So in the next video we are going to train our AI model and we'll understand the script as well. Thank you.